Hello and welcome to GrossiMath.com, where math is for everyone. Today we'll be solving question 54 from the 2017 Algebra 1 STAAR by hand. So let's get started. Okay. The question says, what is the value of b in the solution to the system of equations? Okay, so a system of equations is just anything where there are two equations working at the same time. So here I can see equation number 1 and equation number 2. Okay. When they create these problems, it's very common to have two unknowns, two letters, a q and a b, for example. Okay, so two equations and two unknowns. And if that's true, then you can easily solve to find one of those letters. So we want to find the letter b, meaning that I want my final answer to look like b equals something. Okay. So I'm going to use in this problem a method called substitution. So what we're about to learn is how to use the substitution method to solve for a number inside a system of equations. So let's go through this. Okay. The first thing I can see is that wouldn't it be nice if I could have an equation that only has the letter b? Because in my goal right here, I don't see the letter q anywhere. I just want a b and a number. So I want to get rid of the letter q, and there's a tricky way to do this. Right here in this equation is the letter q. And guess what? This equation, the second partner equation, tells me that q can be replaced by this algebra right here. So that is what they call the substitution method. I take one of the letters and I replace it. I have an equation for it and I replace it with my other algebra. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Equation 1 looked like this. Negative 10q minus 7b equals negative 4. Well, what I can do is put negative 10. Whenever we replace a variable, we put parentheses. And inside those parentheses, I'm going to put this. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to put. 3 over 7b minus 6 parentheses. And now I'm going to put minus 7b equals negative 4. Okay. So now that I've done this, I'm going to distribute and solve for the letter b. You can see that I'm getting closer to my response, my answer, because on this side I have only my letter b's and some algebra here. But I don't have any more q's, and that's exactly what I want. I want to have my b's on the left and a number on the right. Okay, so all I have to do is simplify this now until I get my answer. So let's do this. All right, so first I'm going to distribute that 10 right there to get rid of my parentheses. So negative 10 times 3 over 7 is negative 30 over 7. Basically, I took negative 10 and times it by 3, and that made negative 30. And the 7 just stays down there. So don't get nervous because it's a fraction. You just multiply the two top numbers, and the rest will fill itself in. Now negative 10 times negative 6. Well, negative and negative makes a positive, and 10 times 6 makes 60. Okay, now what am I going to do? Well, I would like to have all my b's on the left, so I want to have one side that's only for letters, basically. And then I want to have one side that's only for numbers. Okay, and what I'm going to do is take that 60, that positive 60, that's just a number. See, this term, this is a number with a letter attached, so that can stay on the letter side. This one is a number with a letter attached, so that can stay on the letter side. What I'm going to do is take that positive 60 and I'm going to move it to the number side, because see, negative 4 is just a number, no letters attached. And this one belongs with that friend over there. However, when I move it, I'm going to change it from positive 60 to negative 60. Okay, that's because I crossed the equal sign. So if you cross it, if it's positive on one side, when you move it to the other, it has to be negative. That keeps things equal. If you need to review that knowledge, go take a look at question 11, the by hand strategy, and you'll see the video for that. Okay, negative 30 over 7b. I moved the 60, so I don't copy that anymore. Minus 7b, I copy that, equals negative 4 minus 60. So that's going to be negative 64. Okay. So now we're really getting somewhere here. So the next thing I need to do is deal with this fraction. There are a couple of ways that I could do this. However, yeah, let's do it the way that I see is the easiest. In order to make this thing have no fractions, because many students don't like fractions, in order to make this thing have no fractions, what I'll do, since it has a 7 on the bottom, I'll basically make the equation 7 times bigger. Because if I swell it up by 7 times, or zoom it in by 7 times, or multiply by 7, the whole entire equation can get multiplied by 7. And what's that going to do for me? Well, it's going to eliminate that little 7 on the bottom. And you'll see what I mean. Negative 30. If I times this fraction by 7, the 7's cross out. Divide by 7 and times by 7 are opposites. So I'm going to have negative 30b. Now 7 and negative 7 makes negative 40. 7 times 7 is 49b. And now positive and negative makes negative. And 7 times 64, what is that? Let's do that real quick. 64 times 7. Let's see, 42, 44, 448. Okay, so here I have 400, or I'm sorry, negative 400, negative 448. And look at that. Hey, that's a number that appears in my answer. So I'm getting close here. I'm getting very close. Okay, so now I'm just going to simplify one more time. I have negative 30 and negative 49. So that makes a total of negative 79b equals negative 448. And to get rid of this, what I'm going to do, I like to do it this way. If I have a negative b term, and you can see that now I have the b term on the left and the number on the right, and that's very close to what I want my answer goal to be, except I don't want negative 79 to be there. I basically want the number 1 to be there. So to change that to a 1 is very simple. I'm going to divide by negative 79. And over here, divide by negative 79. And what am I going to get? I'm going to cross off. Negative and negative would make a positive, so that crosses out. 79 divided by 79 makes 1, so that's going to make my b. And now on this side, what am I going to have? Well, negative and negative makes positive, and 448 over 79. And look at that. That is choice B. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so today we used the substitution method to solve question 54 from the 2017 Algebra STAAR. Basically, what I did, that's the most important lesson in this video, as I said, I only want b to equal something, because that's what they told me in the question. B equals something. I don't want the letter q to be there. So I needed to have some algebra that would give me a chance to replace the letter q and get just some algebra that contains the letter b. So this is the most important component of this lesson right here. So just to say that and summarize it, right here, I took this equation and I put it here to replace that q. Okay, so that's exactly the heart of this problem. And then the rest is really just arithmetic and basic algebra. Again, if you need to review, if you're confused by this part and you're saying, hey, Mr. Grossi, why didn't you summarize, why didn't you really explain hardcore how you did this whole section right here? Go back and watch the video for question 11 from 2017, and you will see a video specifically about how to do all these steps. I did that to save time in this video, so I hope that if you're confused, you'll go back and watch that one, and it will clarify it for you. And then you can watch this one again, and it'll make a lot more sense. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and to click the bell icon. And of course, to visit the website where math is for everyone, www.grossimath.com. Have a great day, guys.